All right, welcome back, everybody. In this video, I'm going to be showing you just kind of how you would set up a skeleton and of what this Pizza Shop app might look like for a Android app. Um, the first thing is you want to open up Android Studio. Android Studio is just a integrated development environment, and that's just a fancy programmer talk to describe a text editor that helps you write code and run applications. Once you've got that up, you want to go to File, New Project. You would want to create or click Empty Activity here, hit Next. You'll want to give your first activity and your project a name and give the package name as well. Uh, it generates something automatically, but especially if you want to put this on Google Play later, you're going to want to have a unique package name because from what I remember of creating my memory trainer app, I think they require a unique package name. So make this as unique as you can, and you'll pick the language. Java or Kotlin is typically what Android is made with. I'm just going to stick to Java for now because that's what I'm more familiar with. And pick your minimum SDK. Uh, this is really just kind of what version of an operating system you want your uh, Android app to run on. So for now, I'm just going to let that be because this is, if I remember correctly, this is what I set up this project with. And so it'll create your activity. It will create a .java file and a .xml file. The .xml file here that's created with the activity. This is really where you will put your user interface controls. Here in your palette, you just click and drag as you want. Um, just put buttons. Here in the button, you can see the ID, which is the name. And all these attributes are things you can modify for the button. Uh, if you know that something needs to be modified straight away, like usually buttons will have some default text that you want, you can go and place that. But you can also modify these attributes as the program progresses as need be. Like I can say, just make this the pizza button. And one thing about Android, uh, as this is under what they call the constraint layout, which helps kind of build your user interface, you have to constrain all of your user interface controls to where you want them on the screen. So this is constrained there, that's constrained there, so that when the project runs, these will be in the spots that you constrain them to. Now, again, for activities, a Java file and an XML file are created and related to each other. So this is the activity main.xml. Here's the main activity.java file. For Android, you have the onCreate method, and that just kind of sets up and starts the activity. But I've said activity a lot, not really explained it. Within Android, it's just kind of a conceptual tool to uh, put together code and user interfaces. So each activity will have typically one XML file and one Java file that are related. The XML will control the activities user interface, and Java will control the activities code. And you know, to run it, you just over here hit the run button. Gotta wait for all this to finish. You can see the emulator start up. And you can see here the text box that we put on there has the text pizza because of this line of code right here. This is just a very simple demonstration of how activities work. But they'll be kind of your building pieces you'll use to put together an Android application, so to speak. You can see right here I've got a cart, and then I've got a cart XML file. So for the Pizza Shop app, obviously there will be a cart where you can see all of the different things that you're trying to purchase, and then there will be some button down here probably that says submit order. And so really, this is just the building blocks of an Android application, and how you might go about starting to get one going. Um, I'm not going to go over the actual code and making the user interface this long. The video has probably gone on long enough. But really, with this, you'll kind of see how you might put together your own project, or at least how you would in an Android, specifically with all your activities and their related uh, code files and activity files. And so with this, you'll have another tool in your tool belt to progress as you work toward creating your own project.